And, of course, classic Mikey D. Boys, we're back together.
Hailing from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 87 kilograms, this is Dr. Kewl, J. Clay.
Now, Cheyenne, I know it's been a while since you've been at the table. I think it was, 2020 was the last time you were at a table calling matches. This guy right here, take notes. He's really cool. You could learn a thing or two.
I have been watching Mr. Clay, a.k.a. Dr. Kewl. I do have some questionability as to where he's gotten his doctorate, but he is cool. He is snazzy, if nothing else, and he's always ready for John Harder's favorite genre of yacht rock.
Absolutely, my all-time favorite.
That's right.
Speaking of which, here comes a debuting guy in here in Ace Pro Wrestling.
Opponent, hailing from Teaneck, New Jersey. Weighing in this evening at 190 pounds, this is the Crimson Rose, Vincent Michaels.
Vincent Michaels, the relative, I believe, second removed from independent wrestling legend Richard Michaels, making his debut here in Ace Pro Wrestling in Teaneck. And I'm so happy to be part of Overdrive. It's been quite a long time since we've had an Overdrive taping. Great to be here tonight with you guys.
I also believe he's related to one of Cheyenne's favorite artists of all time, George Michaels.
Michael, but we'll let that be. Dr. Kewl, I'll tell you what, Cheyenne, Dr. Kewl, he has the coolness of Max Headroom. He has that sweet leather coat, that sweet lab coat like he's Doc Brown from Back to the Future, but this man can get it done in the squared circle. Hasn't had a great win-loss record, but he is due for a big one.
Well, if he gets the win, we would have to possibly think that he has the sports almanac. Collar and elbow tie-up. Will we have the clean break here? Not too much is known about the Crimson Rose, Vincent Michaels, as he makes his debut right here on Overdrive.
Well, you know, he wins the shortest transportation to get here from Teaneck, New Jersey, in front of the home crowd.
Nice and easy, and you need in that home advantage. It could really play for him here. I mean, if you get the fan support, the fan swell, Dr. Kewl might be in trouble, but Mr. Michaels got a long way to go here in this contest. He's getting his hair pulled. Referee's got to get in there.
Oh, well, that's not cool. Little bit of a mean streak being showed there by Dr. Kewl.
You know what? It's not a mean streak. He's pissed off. Look at the glasses are out here at ringside. Michaels couldn't catch.
Unorthodox arm drag there, and another one. Pretty impressive. Dr. Kewl, of course, the bigger of the two competitors, so I'm impressed that he got him over.
Absolutely. You know, I'll tell you what about Dr. Kewl. Dr. Kewl was destroyed in this very venue by Captain Emmett Payne, which you see on our YouTube channel for Ace Pro Wrestling. And Dr. Keul's never really been the same since that night. And I know it was an awakened night, but he wants to be redeemed here, and he's got to do so against Michaels in Teaneck.
Absolutely.
Big open palm, flips him right on over again with another arm. You know, I'm noticing something when he's going for the arm, he's going for really deep on the elbow.
That's right. Well, that's a size advantage. He can't grab the arm as is. He's got to go to the elbow, under the armpit. There's a cover, and a 2 count. And, gentlemen, let's talk about that big main event this week on Overdrive. A showcase of the Fight for Flight division. It's going to be Josh Glide taking on the returning Chris Taylor, Love Jones, and Mouse.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking around this venue seeing if Prince Akhenaten's dressed up in the shtick, because we all know Rob Chase and Prince Akhenaten, in my opinion, is one and the same. Mikey D says otherwise.
I've been catching some of the commentary here lately, and to be fair, gentlemen, there is no concrete proofs proving that those are one and the same man.
I'm just saying, you know, Rob Chase is not here tonight for the taping. We also have Akhenaten's not here because they are booked in separate venues in separate states. They're two different people, John Harder.
Unfortunately, Mr. Harder, that is true.
Listen, I know you're from South Jersey, Central Jersey, the weird conspiracies down there, who likes sheep or whatever, but
the
still.
Main Street to South River, we don't have sheep there. We have nice horses, though. But Dr. Kewl is built like a horse. He's got endurance for days, and he is really picking apart. Vincent Michaels here, throat thrust. Nicely done, very old school for Dr. Kewl. See, he knew. That's my man right there.
We're seeing a lot of edgier content on behalf of Dr. Kewl and his arsenal. You can tell that he's very determined and headstrong towards a victory.
You know, as Harder alluded to, we've seen Dr. Kewl in some not so cool situations. And I think he wants to start off 2022 with a win, get Ace Management on board to give him more opportunities.
Well, going back to what John alluded to, Dr. Kewl took a debut loss to Captain Emmett Payne. Cover. We got a near fall, and then tried his fancy at the Fight for Flight division, and while not pinned, also did not come out victorious.
Absolutely, but you know what? Failure builds character, and it actually is doing that for Dr. Kewl right now. Firm advantage on the hometown hero, Mr. Michaels. But Vincent Michaels got to fight to his feet. I mean, he's taking some blows to the body, and that shirt covering that he's got on it has not helped him here. But he's showing tenacity, he's showing heart. Dr. Keyl's got to keep it going. And there's that clothesline, simple but effective.
Two-step clothesline going high, going after the cover.
One. Good cover.
Absolutely. Dr. Keyl's got to get unlackadaisical Cheyenne Classic. He's got to keep this thing going. Now Dr. Kewl whips that hair back in a very cool fashion. Classic. Vincent Michael really taking a shot.
Kick right to the bottom of the rope, you know. It's a legal thing.
You know, if Dr. Kewl does win tonight, he could find himself available for either a Diamond Division or fight-for-flight title shot, get back into contention possibly. And look at that, Michaels goes down and Dr. Kewl stalling.
Yeah, I think Dr. Kewl might have been thinking a high-rent district, but we have low ceilings and fans in the building. So look, we're cover.
Referee out of position, but Dr. Kewl actually forced that to be the case. If you look at it properly here, Dr. Kewl, if he didn't go and do that cool pose on the buckle, which I respect, he would have gotten the 3 count. Sadly, that did not happen here. And Vincent Michael has to fight from behind here. He is locked in a reverse waist lock, I believe, from my vantage point. Michaels is trying to overcome. Can he do it here in his hometown of Teaneck?
Fans are trying to will him to his feet.
We got to talk about something here. Vincent Michaels is in the situation Dr. Kewl was in. So perhaps maybe Vincent Michaels wants to get a win just as much as Dr. Kewl because he's in those debut shoes, whereas Dr. Kewl hasn't even had it yet.
Kewl, big clothesline now, following it up.
One thing I liked there, when he went for the pinfall attempt, he actually tried to block the kick out using that heel to sweep the leg, and he didn't get full of it, but if he did, I think Vincent Michaels would have been called for the 3 count. Very unique from Dr. Kewl.
Oh, look at this, look at that, is he choking him? Look at that!
I gotta say this, I like this 2022 version of Dr. Kewl.
I think some of these kids would call that woke.
Never say that again.
Yeah, please don't. I have to agree with Classic on that. I don't agree with him much.
You hang out by the playground listening to the 15-year-olds, but never say that again.
That's what my local coffee shop says, woke. Oh, the ripcord. Oh,
well,
breaks the chain.
Well, Vincent
and he's staying on his man.
Sorry to cut you off, Cheyenne, but Vincent Michael is now woken as he's going right to work here. He needs to fight from behind. And again with another right. Simple but effective offense from Michaels. I'm impressed with this young man.
Michaels now gaining some momentum with those right hands. He's got Dr. Kewl reeling.
Dr. Kewl rocked it 6 rights right to the side of the face now.
Oh, but look at that counter. Oh, but Michaels had it scouted.
Stuck in another line. Here we go. And Michaels, see, simple but effective offense is getting it done for Michaels here. He's taken the punishment, and he has persevered.
Big diving lariat, more like Crimson Fury coming from Vincent Michaels as he's staying on his man in the opening contest of Overdrive.
The smaller Michaels there, he actually got the lariat. He also clipped behind, almost a variation of an STO.
Oh, but perhaps Michaels getting winded. He did not get a lot of elevation on that stinger splash harder.
Bulldog! He's taking a lot of punishment, but that Bulldog looked beautiful. Oh,
referee in excellent position.
But Dr. Kewl kicked out with authority. He's obviously not taking that much damage, but Dr. Kewl has done a lot of choke work, and he looks like he's suffering from the lung region, is Vincent Michaels here. But he's showing a hell of a job coming down, fighting from behind.
I think Michaels just called for a DDT.
He's got that front face lock on, but Dr. Kewl pins him into the corner.
Kewl has him on the weight advantage.
Oh, right in the eye!
No, the referee got in the way.
No, but he was getting away to separate him.
The referee got in the way.
No, come on,
what
Classic.
What are you talking about? Ripcord.
And a downward spiral transition.
Cool clutch. Cool clutch right there. Cool clutch.
That is cinched in there.
What a combination from Dr. Kewl.
Wow. Scintillating sequence right there.
You know what that was? That was cool.
Here is your winner.
I see what you did.
Jay Clay.
Scintillating sequence here to secure a victory. His first victory did Jay Clay, Dr. Kewl.
That was cool.
Dr. Kewl took him down with a ripcord.
Of course the fans in Teaneck are going to say, you suck, that's their boy. But Dr. Kewl with the win.
Dr. Kewl with that ripcord into a flatliner, jumping flatliner to locked on that Koji clutch, which he loves to call the cool clutch. Got the tap out win. Vincent Michael really tried to bring his A game in his ace debut, but Dr. Kewl picks up the W here on Ace Overdrive.
While I am not the biggest fan of this new demeanor, scintillating sequence to get the victory here on Overdrive. And we are getting closer and closer to that big-time main event as Dr. Kewl continues to spread the word here.
That was cool.
But it is main event time here on Overdrive, a showcase of the Fight for Flight division. Four-way action. It's Josh Glide, Chris Taylor, Love Jones, and Mouse coming your way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's kick it into Overdrive.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a fatal four-way Fight for Flight match scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit.
This will have serious implications, Cheyenne and Classic Mikey, as it comes to the Fight for Flight division, my favorite division here in Ace Pro Wrestling. And we're going to see a barn burner with four very talented, young, but experienced multi-man match athletes.
And when we talk about Fight for Flight, we have a lot of former champions in this match.
Speaking of which,
Introducing competitor number one, hailing from Yonkers, New York, weighing in at 185 pounds, Josh Glide!
of his era, one of the most underrated Fight for Flight champions and one of the most underrated competitors currently on the independent scene, but he's got 2 victories under his belt since American Championship Entertainment returned.
You say the word underrated? Underrated? He's ignored for some weird reason. People don't see his talent. We've seen it for 2 shows in a row. Tonight, he's gonna put himself right back in the mix.
Well, he's been putting himself on the mix lately. Had a phenomenal matchup with Sebastian Cage back in November. In October, he took a big win. You can check that out on Ace's YouTube channel. Josh Glide has a lot of potential. Former Fight for Flight champion. He's back home where he belongs in Ace Pro Wrestling. I just don't like his demeanor too much, Cheyenne. Very braggadocious.
While I can't disagree with that fact, you got to say this new incarnation of Josh Glide, nothing but up going forward.
You mentioned new incarnation. Look at the curtain.
Are we getting a little Kamehameha behind the curtain here?
A little Kame. Quite the return for this competitor.
And you know, I haven't seen this man in quite some time. It's great to see him back in Ace Pro Wrestling, Cheyenne.
Introducing competitor number 2, hailing from his lair in the Empire City, weighing in at 215 pounds, this is the Millennial Dragon, Chris Taylor!
Did he just say Millennial Dragon to me, Kewl?
The Millennial Dragon, Chris Taylor, makes his return to Ace for the first time since Ballpark Acepedia 2015.
Absolutely. This man's a former Fight for Flight champion. Actually had done a lot of damage. This man, his legitimate toughness, his roaring elbow at times has busted open people. It's been quite some time, but now he's a dragon. He's breathing smire and he's pissing excellence. Here is Chris Taylor making his return.
And let's talk about that. Across the ring from him is the man that defeated him for the Fight for Flight title.
Phenomenal point.
I talked to him earlier on. He said that 2022 in Ace, we would feel the kiss of the dragon.
Well, speaking of kisses, here's a man who's all about the love.
Thank God you said that, because I thought you were going to go somewhere else. I was going to say, take that over to John.
No, John only likes carrots. But going forward,
Hey, there he is.
Introducing competitor number 3, hailing from Nirvana, weighing in at a personification of love, this is Love Jones!
Love Jones, the man who melts in your mouth and not in your hands, looking to climb up the ladder here in the Fight for Flight division.
Good grief, the human version of an M&M. I'll tell you something about the psychedelic fuzz. This guy can flat out fly, and I'm telling you, Love Jones, if there's any high flyer in the industry right now that I really respect that's on the up and coming, it's this gentleman. He's braggadocious, he's bombastic, he's just good.
Listen, I've been trying to get Love Jones to take harder clothes shopping for months now, and he keeps telling me soon. John, I'm trying to set it up for you, man. You need that. You need to reinvent yourself, man.
Well, I don't think Love Jones has a Kohl's card. Oh, there he is!
Introducing the 4th and final competitor, hailing from the slums of Shirley, New York, weighing in at 160 pounds, this is the Wrestler Creature Double Feature, this is pounds.
Yet another former Fight for Flight champion. They just said the slums of Shirley. Isn't all of Shirley New York slums?
Now that, as a New Yorker, I can attest to that.
Not if you've been to Ridgewood, Queens, but I'll tell you what. This match, with the exception of Love Jones, everyone in this thing is a former Fight for Flight champion. This has major implications on who might be the best multi-man wrestler in Ace Pro Wrestling.
Oh, and Josh Glide going to take a powder here in the early going, but former Fight for Flight champion Chris Taylor on hot pursuit.
And now Glide in the middle, and he's all alone here. If you look at Mouse, Mouse has to be feeling like he needs a little redemption, as Mouse was actually screwed, in my opinion, of that Fight for Flight championship back at Awaken.
That's right. That fight. Oh, look at that. Oh, double noggin knocker right here. Little meeting of the minds as we're possibly seeing tandem offense from Love Jones and Chris Taylor here.
Love Jones disposes of Mouse, Taylor disposing of Glide. Now Love Jones and Taylor.
This is going to be good. Nice arm drag back to back. Both been looking for each other.
Oh, great roll up.
There we go. Only two, says the referee.
Beautiful, beautiful speed already. Taylor now with a counter roll.
That was a Snapple counter roll. I've never seen that.
Standoff, these two competitors realizing that it's either man's game, but Glide and Mouse from behind.
Everybody's got to be working together here, and this is what it's all about. My enemy is my friend. At this point, it's all about finding a way to get a W.
That's one thing that's always true with Fight for Flight. Anything can go. First to big chop in the corner. First to get the pinfall or submission gets the win.
This new attitude of Josh Glide really coming into play here. He doesn't care if he has any friends. He's about victory.
Josh Glide going to straddle the ropes here, try to eradicate the wind supply of the Dragon Chris Taylor. And now Mouse. Look, oh, Mouse is biting!
He's biting him. He wants to see what Dragon tastes like.
But he can't disqualify him. There's no disqualifications in a four-way contest, multi-event match. It's
Call
the way
Fauci, we're going to need a Mouse variant shot.
Good grief.
Check out Love Jones and that agility.
Love coming through.
Oh, the Tiger Feint kick.
Right in the mouth of Mouse, and Chris Taylor got the reciprocal effects.
Up and over, Love Jones executes a placebo.
He came snapping around when he went through the ropes. It was almost like he sprung into a sideways drop kick, catching both men.
Love Jones here, now looking for his opportunity, trying to get the fans here and T-Neck involved, and he's got his victim. Glide, nobody holds.
Oh, right in his plums.
Right in the no-love district.
Oh, great savant kick by Josh Glide. Josh Glide, I tell you, he is at a level right now. Do not sleep. Look at the Mouse.
Mouse with a Hurray Karana, throat thrust, ear clap, double chop. He is throwing double of everything.
Some classic Mouse, dropping him with that front face lock DDT.
Mouse full head of poison, eradicating all the competition. Complete infestation in the ring.
The Millennial Dragon just got the smoke taken out of him with that eat defeat, and now he's throwing forearm shivers. The Mouse is really, really fired up.
Looking at this match, Mouse, I think, has the speed advantage over everyone.
Mouse has been maintaining three other competitors in the ring. Talk about head on a swivel. Oh, for the ride!
Good grief, Chris Taylor
And loads
unorthodox.
up another one.
Making a pair, the Dragon now feeling it.
Oh no! Glide able to evade.
Glide now. Oh, wait, Taylor coming from behind. Ducking a clothesline. Taylor, big boom! Looked like a cave-in with that stomp. Oh, good grief.
Oh, look at that. Look at the Dragon ride.
Stomp.
Call him the Year of the Dragon.
I'm going to steal a phrase here. Stomp in a mud hole and walk in it dry. Literally.
Shoots the half.
Cover. No.
Wow. Chris Taylor, just like that, almost entered huge prominence of the Fight for Flight division.
Josh Glide took a hell of a punishment there. To me, Josh Glide's very reminiscent of Ace veteran back in the day, JT Dunn. He's got a look like it, and he's got the toughness like it. But Chris Taylor, he's a man of his own.
Now, what would it mean for Chris Taylor making his return to Ace to take out two former champions?
Forearm shiver to the
Well,
mud.
now take a look at Chris Taylor and Josh Glide. They're former champions. They're returning. Glide with the most momentum. You got to figure victory is imperative to those two out of the four.
Love Jones, though, still up on the ropes.
Double suplex. Beautiful.
Double vertical. They're picking apart Chris Taylor.
Look at this. Love salt. Oh, but Josh Glide takes advantage of a stunned Mouse.
Mouse went underneath the legs.
Glide. Powerbomb. Oh, Love just over the cover underneath.
Power bombs him right on top to break the cover.
An incredible main event here on Overdrive. These guys are killing it.
All four here, and T-Neck getting a round of applause from the fans as well as our commentating partner. But right now, whoever gets up first, I feel like is going to have the best advantage to win.
Love Jones was going for the cover, and Mouse just got powerbombed right onto his spine and through Taylor.
All 4 competitors are spent right now. You have got to give it to the innovation of Jones to capitalize on that moment, but the veteran Glide had it scouted.
And over the years, I've seen Mouse get powerbombed and thrown through so many things, but never through 2 competitors like that.
Oh, look at this, up and over, right in front of us, guys.
Good Lord, that was close right to that guardrail.
Jones and Mouse now still in the ring.
This is a great, great opportunity for these 2 up-and-comers now. As Glide and Taylor spilled in front of us, Mouse and Jones can steal it here.
Oh, here's a
Oh, wants to roll up. No, Jones hangs on.
Double underhook.
Oh, for the ride.
Base buster.
1, 2, 3.
That's it. What an upset.
Here is your winner, Love Jones.
Glide and Chris Taylor are apoplectic in disbelief. Love Jones took Mouse to the Love Shack.
What a double arm face buster by Love Jones. Mouse thought he had it out of nowhere. Drills into the canvas. Uno, dos, tres, your winner. A classic Mikey D. I think you're in shock.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Love Jones, but meanwhile out in front of us, you had Glide, you had Taylor just pounding each other, nothing for nothing, but that was impressive.
Oh, Mouse is seething.
Love Jones has overcome 3 former Fight for Flight division champions. And I'll tell you what, if there's anybody to look forward to when you're watching Overdrive going forward, it's going to be the man of love, the psychedelic fuzz, the one, the only, Love Jones.
You're saying Mouse was seething on the way out? I think he smelt your cologne.
Well, everyone usually likes patchouli. Love Jones. Right now, love is pain, and pain is victory. How about that? A stellar main event here on this week's Overdrive. Guys, I think the Ace Nation is more than satisfied.
Absolutely. Ace Pro Wrestling back here. We hope to bring you more Overdrive in the near future, Classic.
You know, Overdrive, I think it's back. It's not even when, it's back.
Fans, we'll see you next week when we on all the action. Kick it into Overdrive.